Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Siege Deluxe Class Chromia, one of the Wave 2 Deluxes. Yes, I'm already starting to do Wave 2, even though Wave 1 I haven't finished yet because, well, I'm just still waiting on stuff to show up, but that should be soon. But yes, it's Chromia. She's a blue Cybertronian car, which will roll off to the side because we're going to look real quick. Box, because, yep, same box as usual. Got the black light thing right here and everything. Same box, same Siege logo, all that stuff, Autobot, artwork. Logos, and hey, more stuff including the play pattern and stuff. And it's also, she is War for Cybertron Siege number 20. There we go. Box taken care of. We're going to go through this real fast now because, well, we've pretty much seen the deluxe boxes. But yeah, you can see here, she is a, well, Cybertronian car thing, which looks a lot like the previous ones. You have like Nova Star and Moonracer and whatnot. And she looks like a lot like those because she's kind of, sort of one of those weird things where she's kind of the same mold, but not really the same mold. Let's just say they share a lot of engineering and more or less the same skeleton with lots of stuff changed about her. Remold, but kind of to remold plus. I don't know. It's kind of like Hunger and Silverbolt way back a couple years ago. But yeah, she rolls really well. She doesn't have the weird nubs that the previous version of this mold aren't really a problem here. They don't drag on the ground or anything. She's got, you can see there's differences here, like the wheels are on the inside of this plastic thing, but you know, she's blue. Her front end's different. You know, you can see underneath there. Front end's different. Little headlights picked out in light blue. Autobot logo there. A little bit of white. Painted hubcaps. Back end, unfortunately, still has the same problem. The fists are just kind of sticking out. Yeah, you can also see the guns also sticking up on here, which removable, easy enough. And also these little things, which are removable if you don't want them there, but they do help cover up things a little bit. Also forgot instructions, nice and big and clear, like every other Siege thing. Also includes the, I believe, the weapon specs. Yep, for her weapons, weapon specs right there. Yeah, her EMP grenades and her anti-thermo blaster, and her the SR Hush Fuse, aka silencer. Yep. So that's pretty much that. So to transform her, it's pretty simple. You got to remove the gun and these two bits right here. Her grenades, move those, and then you want to untab these from the back and straighten out the hands. Unfold this stuff right here. Pull the head around and rotate it around like this. Rotate it here in the waist. And then you want to unclip here. There's a tab right here, right there. You want to untab it from there. And then move the legs. Then this part right here, this hinge up here, unhinges here. There's tabs up here near the hinge. Undo that. Fold the hood in like this. Fold this up right here. And then there's a couple clear tabs right here where I'm pointing. Those point, and those go into those slots right there. Maybe a little stubborn initially, but then just goes in like that. Simple. Then down here you want to take these side panels and rotate them around. They'll stop at the kneecap, or not kneecap, but you know, knee. Put the feet out, and then put the arms down at her side, and voila, she is transformed. Simple stuff right there. She is more or less, again, is very much the same body type as the previous two versions of the mold that have been released. In fact, you can tell that pretty easily. It's pretty similar. She's pretty similar. You can see though also she's a little shorter. Just a little. So it feels like the camera doesn't want to focus on her. Yeah, I'm gonna try. Yeah, she's a little shorter. You can see that, but again, shares a lot of the same skeleton, including oddly enough the little tab, the slots on the back of her legs for the tabs for the leg mode, which is no longer there because she has no combining features anymore. Yeah, those tabs though are still there because, well, it's the same. Thighs are basically the same. But you can see a lot of the remolding. Like, they got rid of one of my issues with this mold, which is the little leg things. You know, I complained that these were sticking out, and at Ford now they don't do that anymore because of the way they transform. She still has the little arm things though, which, you know, those stick out a little bit. I wish those still could be adjusted, but parts count and all that, but you can see that, but shares a lot in common, although backpack's a little better, just a little bit, but not great still. Yeah, still, you know, now we got little splotches of red showing up, you know, you can see that as well. But otherwise, it's a pretty decent figure, you know, pretty standard for Siege stuff. I feel she mostly stands better than the old versions of this mold as well. So there's that. I don't know. I think it's partially because there's no combiner peg or anything. This is, I don't know, feels even lighter. So the backpack, while it's still kind of a big backpack, it feels like she just stands just plain better. I think also it's because the feet. See that? The feet and the back, there's more heel. Versus this, the heel's very short. So because of that, it helps her stand a little bit better. So I think that helps a lot. But articulation, she's got a ball jointed head, so there's actually a lot of range here. She can look left and right, lots of wiggle, up and down. Shoulders on disc, so move forward, outward. Not that far because the molding causes it to not move any further, but there's decent range. Bicep swivel, elbows 90 degrees. I guess the wrist can do that if you want. Not sure why. The waist is interesting. She has the spin around for the transformation, which the thing is that locks up, so you can't unpeg all that if you really want to. But there's an extra bit of there's an extra joint here, just so she can move the waist a little bit. It's unfortunately pretty limited, but it's there. There's also the Tamashi port right there as well. But so she does have waist articulation. It's just really, really limited. It's just kind of crazy that they actually went ahead and engineered that just so she'd still have some, even with the transformation scheme. She also got hips that, you know, forward and back, limited by that. Outward, about yay far. You can go that far, but kind of bounces back a little. Thigh swivels, knees, which, yeah, they bang into that real quick, but you can move that out of the way. So you got that. It has 90 degrees, but you have to move this piece out of the way to get that. And her feet can move forward and back quite a bit, in part because of the transformation. And ankle tilts, which, yeah, go pretty extreme. Only thing is they're really tight as well. So, yeah. Articulation is really good, actually. The only thing would be the waist is a little limited, but it's serviceable for most poses. Other thing is her weapons. She has these grenades, or at least ostensibly grenades, little tabs and stuff. The tabs are just big enough so that you can put them in a 5mm port. They'll stay okay, but it's not the greatest connection. She also can hold them with the peg. Again, it's a little shallow, so not the greatest, but she can hold them. I personally prefer to using these hexagonal ports. I like to tab them in here just to have somewhere to put them in. They kind of hold a little better than other ports there. At least in my experience. Maybe your experience may vary. Oops. Almost dropped it. And see, I just knocked it out of the port, but no big deal. No big deal, I say, as it pops out again. Of course it does this on camera. When everyone's watching. But, the gun here. So you can actually take this. It's actually a little slot up here. You can pop it off the slot and do that. Now it's got the silencer and everything. She can hold it just fine. No big deal there. Another thing is you can take the grenades here. You can actually combine them together multiple ways. You can use the tabs and slots on the grenades themselves like this. Keep them together like that. You can also use this and give her a really long rifle. This is official. So you can give her a really long rifle. You can do all sorts of things. What was the other thing I did? Oh. I did this before. Put it back together. You can also use the silencer as a scope if you want, pretend as a scope. And then you can also do this. I'm not sure what that is, but you can do it. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do here. You can do different configurations, however you want. Or just give her just a little pistol. Put everything else off the side. Yeah, she's a pretty decent figure. I think she has enough improvements. She's not going to be the star of the wave, I think, because most people are kind of, oh yeah, I get this mold again, more or less. Again, it's not quite the same mold as before, but it's still close enough. to the other ones. It's pretty close. It does have some significant improvements, I feel. Significant enough that you might want to consider picking it up, even if you haven't, you didn't really like you kind of like the first two, but not so much, a whole lot. But this does have significant enough improvements. I think it's worth picking up. Yeah, I like her. It's pretty good. It addresses some of my complaints with the first two molds, my mainly kind of minor complaints, but you know, she stands better, and the leg thing, these weird little whatever these are, you want to call them shin armor. So yeah, I think she's good. I know some people are disappointed that she can't combine, but there's another version coming out. I can't remember her name now, but yeah, there's a third, fourth, whatever you want to call it, version of the mold that's coming out with the combiner peg stuff still there, intact. Yeah, I think it's worth picking up, or she's worth picking up. So yeah, go check her out. I feel she's starting to show up in like Walmart and stuff, probably, and online, probably other stores as well, pretty soon. So yeah, definitely worth picking up. I feel not the strongest, but solid. So yeah, that's it. Hope you found this informative and entertaining. And I hope you like, comment, subscribe. And I shall see you next time with another video review.